Everyone, welcome to the show. So 47-year-old Barry Croft Jr. of Delaware has been sentenced for his part in the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping plot. Croft was considered to be the main architect of this plan to abduct her and murder her. She is, of course, if you don't know, she's the Michigan governor. And for that, he has been sentenced to 19 and a half years in prison. As I mentioned in the previous video about this, Croft was the last of the co-conspirators to be sentenced, and he received the longest prison term out of everyone. The prosecutor pointed out to the judge that he's shown no remorse for his involvement in this plot, and that's evidenced by interviews that he's been granting from prison. In fact, in an interview on the night before his sentencing hearing, Croft referred to the U.S. government as illegitimate. And U.S. District Judge Robert Jonker seemed to agree with the prosecutor, although he refused to give Croft the life sentence that they had requested. But he did state at the sentencing hearing, quote, "I'm not persuaded that what we've seen is meaningful change yet from Mr. Croft." And then the judge also pointed out that Croft has been involved with anti-government activities for a much longer period of time than any of his co-conspirators. And if you missed my last video with the breakdown of all of these suspects and their sentences, here's a quick recap. 2 men were acquitted. 2 men accepted a plea and cooperation deal, and they were sentenced first. They were Caleb Franks and Ty Garbin. Caleb Franks was sentenced to 4 years in prison. Ty Garbin received 6 years in prison. 3 other men went to trial together, and they were found guilty by a jury in late October. And each of them were sentenced in mid-December. They're Paul Bellar, Joseph Morrison, and Pete Musico. So Bellar was sentenced to 7 years behind bars. Morrison was given a sentence of 10 years, and Musico received 12 years. Adam Fox was found guilty along with Barry Croft Jr. They both went to trial together. It was a jury trial that was held in August of 2022, and Fox was just sentenced this week. And that was what I discussed in my last video. He got 16 years in prison. And then now Croft has over 19 years behind bars. So this concludes the federal cases, but there's still 5 additional men who are facing state charges for their involvement in this whole scheme. So I'll let you guys know when I hear more about them. But in the meantime, pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't the life sentence, but I think it's a substantial amount of time. And I think it will act as a deterrent. And, how ironic that this whole thing started because they were pissed off about their freedom, about not having freedom to not wear a mask, to not open their businesses. And now they've lost everything. They've lost all of their freedom for a very extended period of time. So thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can, or become a monthly subscriber through Supercast. It really, truly helps to keep this show up and running. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate all of you. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.